I've reduced my coffee already by 1/7. Wow. hmm So instead of 12 fluid ounces, about 350 mil, well, 355 if you're actually on a calculator. I brought it down to 300 already, so I'm 1/7 less. No ill effects at all. Like I said, I'm reducing exactly 2 grains of coffee per day. Over the course of 30 days, it'll be 60 grains that I'll reduce. My body won't even notice it. And I'm actually feeling better. Weird. I'm not shaky. And by the end of the day, I go out like a light. So my weight will be in the description. For this week, I've been now on keto, carnivore, ketovore, whatever for. I'm a vor. And that's a year and 3 weeks, guys. So sustainable? Oh yeah, you bet. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty stable. It looks like 85.7. Okay. And that's 188 pounds and probably 15 ounces or so. 189. But I'm below 190, man. That's très cool. That's actually French. Really, they do use the word cool. Très cool, très super, très génial. Oh yes, I'm learning French also. Just to get a world accent is all I want. I want to sound like the hockey players the hockey players when I grew up in Buffalo, New York, you know. And so I'm kind of just chawing the fat here. That's a good sign. Until my student gets here. So this may be a short video, maybe a little longer. He's been known to be 10 minutes late. It's Mexico. What are you gonna do? Punctuality is not a trait of this culture, which is fine. I mean, the sun comes out in the winter 11 hours a day, in the summer 13 hours a day. And, you know, food grows on trees around here. I mean, literally. There's an avocado tree across the street. My daughter resurrected a stick, literally this tall, probably, as tall as my head, maybe. And she just started watering it. And it's growing sour oranges, naranja agria. And those are really good in pibil dishes. So you mix that with a little bit of achiote paste and a little bit of banana leaves, and you wrap a pig in that, and you put that around, you put that juice in there. Man, is that good. Cochinita pibil, if you care. And pibil means that you don't let it sit and roast. You don't let it boil in water. You actually put it up on a plate. Barbacoa, pibil. It's literally the barbecue that you know, the indirect heating, right? The convection heating from a grill and some charcoal or whatever. In this case, it's just boiling water. So, today I'm gonna make some ice cream. I've finished my week of BB, B, and E, and C, and elemental P, and all that stuff, and it hasn't significantly impacted my weight. So I wanted to do this because it is an elimination, and I'm not going to go for 30 days. I don't need to go for 30 days. I will know in a day or two what's happening. So I did wean off the habit of grabbing some chocolate chips. But my ice cream is absolutely wonderful. I adapted it from a guy named Dr. Kiltz. And it's so simple. I take 2 pint. Yeah, 2 cups. A pint of 30%, 31% whipping cream. To that, I will inculcate 90 grams of butter. And you're thinking, butter? Oh, dude, it's delicious. And then I'll go ahead and throw that in the freezer while I make the rest of the stuff. I'm going to separate an egg, literally make a mousse, if you will. Put the whites in one container, put the yolks in the container that's going to receive. all of the deliciousness, which is nothing more than a tablespoon of vanilla and 2 tablespoons of sugar. 26 grams of sugar, 13 of which are fructose, 13 of which are glucose. And when you divide it out by the entire amount of fat that you're going to be eating, the sugar is not going to be absorbed so quickly, probably by half. So some of it will just pass right through, which is what I found. It's kind of interesting. So I take the egg yolk and I whisk the vanilla and the sugar. And again, per serving, I think I can get 5 to 7 ramekins. Let's say it's 5 ramekins, all right? No, there's always more than that. So the sugar is less than 5 grams of carbohydrate. And if you eat a big, eggs, big fatty meat meal, and no other carbs there, and then you go ahead and just eat 5 grams of sugar, ain't gonna do a thing to you. It doesn't do it to me. I don't know. How they can, right? To each his own. Everyone's a bio-individual. So what I do is, and then I whir the eggs, the whites, into a meringue. It doesn't matter if it's stiff peaks or soft peaks. I go stiff peaks, and then I pull the cream back out. By then, there's this ring of frozen cream around the corner, and I start whipping. That takes me about 5 minutes to get it to some pretty decent peaks, pretty hard peaks. And here's where the magic begins. Now I whisk the egg whites into the yolk with the sugar, with the all of a sudden I'm passing things by here. The sugar and the vanilla extract. And, because I was thinking, no, actually there was one time when I took 1 tablespoon of the sugar and I actually whipped it into the cream. Yeah, I like that better because it distributes better. So 1 tablespoon in the egg yolk, 1 tablespoon now as I'm whipping the cream. And so I'll put the whites in there and get that till it's a clear color, and then I'll pour the cream in all at once and fold it till it's homogeneous, uniform. And then I separate that into ramekins and I throw it up in the freezer. It'll freeze pretty solid, but since it's mousse-like, it's not a really dense situation. The garbage truck has gotten here, so maybe a little bit of noise. Oh, it's a lot of noise. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. He passed us by, which means they looked in the container and either found nothing or some human being parked too close to the container so they couldn't pick it up. And then the neighbors get a little cranky, and then they say, "What the hell?" If I feel like it, I'll go out and take a look. But none of my business. Oh, actually, I have coffee, not tea, but none of my business. It's great. It gives me my coffee in the morning, but I don't get a huge rush and everything. Boy, did I get snarky yesterday. Wow. I got tired of it because I heard finally, yay, misinformation is starting to rattle her little censorship bell now on diet. Yeah, we finally irritated Big Food, Big Farm. And that's not a happy thing for them because this diet produces no income for them. It's all one ingredient foods. You go to Whole Foods, you buy a bunch of tomatoes, you buy onions, you buy garlic, you buy cilantro, maybe parsley, you buy apple cider vinegar, you buy, and you make various salsas or pico de gallo. You can buy chilies. Chilies, you don't need a lot of them, but the cool thing is they're so dense, they have actually, gram for gram, they have much more vitamin C than an orange. And obviously you can't eat too many chilies or you're going to, burn at both ends kind of thing. But the amount of vitamin C in just that, especially me, a carnivore, where I don't need to process carbohydrate, my need for vitamin C is micrograms per deciliter, man. I mean, I do not need a lot of vitamin C. Obviously, I haven't eaten fruits and vegetables in any great quantities for the year and a month that I've been on this thing. And I have no scurvy. I mean, I've had dentists say, I wish all my patients were like you. I said, no, because then you wouldn't make any money. And she kind of winked at me. It's like, duh. So, you know, and then you go buy meat and you learn how to, you can guisar them, that is, make them into stews, your broths. There's so many things you can do with the amount of food you actually will find out is totally low carb. And they can't make any money doing that. And now Bill Gates bought a bunch of dirt all over the planet to make substandard foods that he's going to push on everyone, so that with his other hand he paid off Big Farm to come up with a bunch of medicines to take care of all the damage those foods are going to do. Hypothesis, just an opinion. All right, my boy got here, so I'll let you guys go. If I want to do another video, I'll tell you what I'm going to eat today, and it's really delicious. We'll talk soon, guys. Bye.